Morning internet people, Country Mara again. Today I'm in the kitchen again. I'm gonna show you another one. Today I'll be doing some lamb leg boneless roast. So this one, it's not a Jamaican staple. However, I'm gonna just do it and show you guys how I do my roast lamb. So I'm gonna roast this boneless lamb leg today and just show you guys how I do it. Alright, so for everything that we have here, it's all netted already, so I don't want to take it out of the net. That keep it together because they already deboned it and you don't want it to fall apart and all over the place. Drop this in the bin. Okay, so we have our lamb leg out of the package and it's all wrapped in the net. So how you're gonna clean this lamb leg, you're not gonna wash it. We're gonna be using some lemons from what I had already take off the peel yesterday for the Christmas cake. I'm going to put up a few pictures of those cakes too because I didn't do a video, but I think in total I did 16. So there we have our lemon. Just taking a few of the seeds out. You know, you don't want when you're eating, you bite on any lemon seed. I hope the audio is loud enough because it's kind of early in the morning. Well, not too early, but it's now 8:05. I don't want to wake the kids. Even though me or my son in the room like him a sniffle. So you just wash over it with the lemon juice. That's all you need. Don't need any soap and water to clean your meat. When it's like this, you just use up your lemon juice because it's already in the netting and you don't want to disturb the meat. So we won't be needing 2 lemon. We can use that for something else. Alright, let's wipe up again. Then now we're going to put it on our board. Alright. Next move for this, I'm gonna mix some dry seasoning. So I have a bit of black pepper here. And I'm just eyeballing everything. So black pepper, last of this meat seasoning. So I'm just gonna use everything that's in the packet. have a bit of oxtail seasoning also. I'll just put it in a bit, maybe about 3 tablespoons. Then now our Maggi chicken seasoning, or Maggi all-purpose, yeah, Maggi all-purpose. But going in with some also, that's enough. Some pimento. Pimento berries. I'm not going to crush them, I'm just going to drop them in and you guys will see how I do it. A bit of seasoned salt. I'm going to be dropping in about 4 or 3 tablespoons, that is, and some salt. Not a whole lot because everything here is already salty already, or salted. Alright, so now we have it here. I'm just going to mix everything in, and if you have any lumps you just try and crush them. There we go, everything is incorporated right there. So our next move is to start, let's put this aside. I'm going to start peeling some onions. So I'm going to use 1 large onion. These are store-bought onions because the onions that were planted last year, we harvest them in spring, and those are all done. So this week, because today is Sunday, this week I'll be planting in about 75 to 100 more onion to be harvested next spring again. So if you guys also, or maybe I'll do a video on harvesting, on planting onions. Alright, I'm just gonna put the onions and so on in that plate over there. Onions, next thing. I'll be getting some pepper, Scotch bonnet peppers again, guys, but we keep them in the deep freeze because this time of year you won't get any Scotch bonnet peppers in Central Florida where we live. It's too cold. Scotch bonnet not do well in the cold, so you have to harvest a whole lot of Scotch bonnet pepper from about August, September. I have a ton of pepper in the fridge. Scandal bag upon scandal bag of Scotch bonnet pepper in the deep freeze. Give away some, throw away, put down seeds, sow for the new season. So that's the Scotch bonnet pepper. Garlic. We tried garlic once, but I think it's worth it. So we'll buy the garlic from the store. Maybe I'll try it again in the front garden. Alright, garlic easier with the brown in there. Alright, get a browning bottle. We won't be using browning in this meal plan that we're doing right here. Just using the browning bottle to smash these garlics and get them out of the husk. So there we go, getting out all these garlic. And when we start doing this, we're just gonna puncture the meat and fill it with all these seasoning that we're preparing. So let me just go ahead, finish doing this, and then we can get back to when I start to put everything in the meat, okay? So here we go again. We have the meat now. We have ginger, garlic, onion, Scotch bonnet pepper, a bit of thyme, and we have our dry mix that we did before. So I'm going to start punching holes into this lamb leg. Punch it the size where, you know, I can get my finger all the way down. Still kind of icy on the inside. I took this out from last night. So I'm gonna go in with a piece of garlic first, piece of pepper. Then I'm gonna drop some powder seasoning down in it. And at the end of it now, I'm gonna use the onion to stuff it down and send everything all the way down. Piece of thyme all the way down, and top it again with another piece of onion to seal it, and that is packed in it. And I'll be just going around punching holes all around this lamb leg. And guys, when you're doing this lamb leg, you don't need to add any water throughout the cooking process. You don't need to add any water, it's a roast. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna base the pot with a bit of olive oil and put it on low heat and leave it there for like 3 hours, and you'll get that perfect roast. But you don't need to add any water to your roast when you're doing it, whether it be lamb, pork, beef. You don't need to add water. Alright, let me just continue going around. So you're just basically finding all angles, or as much as you can, where you can get that depth to open up so you can put seasoning down in it. Yeah, that's not bad. Piece of ginger again. And I did the ginger big enough so that when you're slicing this thing up, you can find them and take them out, because to me there's nothing more turn off than you eating whether it be pork or, you know, something like this, and bite a piece of ginger, just slam down on a piece of ginger and think it's a piece of meat. Yeah, man. Very disappointing. Worse when you eat and you save that little piece And you don't realize it's a ginger. Something where can break your heart and even children's heart worse. Because I remember the first time I mistake a piece of pork for a piece of ginger for pork. Grandaunt cooked some brown stew pork and have this nice piece of pork in my plate, or ginger I should say. Thought it was pork. I may save it with a piece of dumpling for my last bite of the dinner. I will take it up and put tea tonight. Realize pork. I have to get rid of that out of my mouth and just eat the dumpling with some gravy. Pain my heart. No, me in my 40s and I still remember it, eh? So don't let that happen to your kids. But the aim of this is just to get the center of the meat well seasoned. So after we stuff and have everything down in it, and if you realize I'm still going in with dry seasoning, powder seasoning, I'm still going in with it because you don't want to be fighting with this thing on just the crust to have taste and then the middle of your roast just blank. Doesn't make any sense. So let's just pot this thing. We have many places where we can punch a hole and get this thing done. See? And ensure you stuff these all the way down as far as possible so that they don't fall out whilst cooking or when you're turning the meat also. So you just get them in. Birds making noise, time to go and feed them too, but let we get off the dinner first. Get it a roll, then we can go look on bird. Alright. Think I should punch a few more. Maybe on this side. So I'll get back again. Alright, so we're out of the way now with stuffing the lamb leg. We're just gonna go over it now and put some of the same powder seasoning all over. Let me just wash my hands and come back. Alright, the only reason why I washed my hand there was to hold the oil bottle. So I'm just gonna go over it with a bit of olive oil. Remember, as I said in previous videos, you don't have to use olive oil. Use whatever oil you have in your household. Simple as that. Alright, so reason being for the olive oil is to help the, you call it now, dry seasoning to stick to the meat, or to get the dry seasoning to stick to the meat. Pimento seed drop a ground from me. And you just coat it. Rub it in, rub it down. I realize that powder seasoning is not messing up, you don't want to stick to the meat. So hence use oil. Man, I'm not going to see it done. So this one I'm showing you guys is not a chef way, it's just a cook way. Get some light here, so. Guys, you get this beauty all around. This beauty. Cool, so let me come back to you again. Take up them 2 pimento seed here. Alright, so I'm gonna start up the stove because I won't be putting this to marinate. I'm just gonna be throwing it into the pot right away. So we're just gonna wait now. Hold on, let me bring this up a bit. We're just gonna wait now, get the pot to hot, tip a bit of oil in it just to baste the bottom. Nothing like you're frying it or anything like that, just to grease the bottom of the pot. And then now you turn your stove on the lowest setting and you just leave it, let it spring its own water. Turn it after like the first hour, you can turn it, and then you go ahead and you continue turning it, and then it will shrink, and you just test it. It should take about 2.5 to 3 hours doing it this way, but I find that this is the best way to roast any form of meat on stovetop roast. If you're going for the stovetop roast. For outdoors, I can show you guys that one day also, but for the stovetop, this is the best way. And remember, we won't be adding any water to this stovetop lamb leg. So let me just take you guys in again, show you the pot, the amount of oil that I added, and you can just know exactly what you're doing from there if you plan on doing this. So there we go in the pot. Just that amount of oil. Just that. Just to grease the bottom of the pot. Alright, so our oil is hot now. We're not going in to a pot with very hot oil. It's just hot enough where we can put it in, because we're not searing it or anything. We're just putting it in and then putting it in the pot and then allow it to just take time and cook. I'm going to turn it where the fat side is down. Alright, here's that beauty there. Never want it so hot, but anyway, it is what it is. So we turn that down again. So immediately as I put it in the pot and cover the pot, I turn down the stove on the lowest mark. And then you're just going to leave it to spring its own water, produce its own juices, and cook into all of that. At the end, I'll come back and show you guys how I'm going to be using up the rest of what we have left here. So I'll show you how we get the gravy and everything like that. But we'll remove the roast from the pot, put it one side, then make the gravy. I'm not sure what we're going to be eating with this roast today. Maybe mashed potato, maybe some rice and gungo peas. not sure about the rice and gungo peas still because we're going to eat that again 2 weeks from now for Christmas dinner. So I'll think of something and come back with it. So see you. Alright, there we go. We're about an hour in, and that is what it looked like. So 1 hour has passed. I'm going to give it another 30 minutes before I try and turn it. Alright, this is the first turn on the lamb. So it's running there. It's going to need a bit more on this side, but whenever it's cooked all the way through, we're going to extract some of the water and let it catch a better color. So stick around. So we're back in action. That is all the juices from the lamb leg without me adding any water or anything like that to it. So it's a whole lot. So now that we have that settled, I'm going to go in with some chocho and some carrots to make the gravy. The lamb has been cooked, but I put it in the oven now to catch color for about 10 or 15 minutes. It's in the oven now about 8 minutes though, so I'm going to take it out as soon as it hits the, say, about 12 minutes mark, and let you guys see what it look like. So just put the chocho, like long way, whichever you are. If you want to put chocho, you have to. It would go with just potatoes and carrot. Because potato go with beef, lamb, even pork. So you can do it that way. I just also go like that. Go feed you crunch on the way. Second one, I'm just going to show you guys what I likes it. Yep. So this one is the same. And there we go. Mix it in. Stick everything in. And now I'm going to taste it. Need a bit more salt, but all these things that we had left over from the stuffing, I'm going to throw it in. Powder seasoning, drop it in also. So that should give us the saltiness that we're looking for now. Should have that taste. Perfect. Perfect. Bring you guys in once more. I'll let you see it. That's what we're looking like. Alright, let me grab the lamb leg from out the oven so you guys can see it. What a beauty. So that's it, guys. So there it is. No big presentation, but potatoes, well, potato, macaroni and cheese pie with lamb leg. That's it.